there was a paperwork issue that created a huge financial strain on his family, particularly Julian, Majesty, and of course his former wife, who had moved back into the house to help take care of his mom that's 90-something years old that was living in the house, but it ended up being her helping taking care of him. And now the mom stays with his sister Monica. And this financial strain, there had to be a hero. Mike Todd and Transformation Church heard about this, and they jumped in as a savior to clear all of the financial strain that the family was left with. And I want us to celebrate that. That needs to be celebrated. Now, had I known, had anybody reached out to me, Bloomer, Jordan, Manasseh sitting over there, millionaire, this would have been cleared and done like this. But for whatever reason, things happened the way that they did. And I'm glad that they did for several reasons. So Mike Todd and Transformation Church showed up, told Bishop, we're going to cover everything, even your home, so your family. He had just bought a new house. We're going to clear that so they will be okay. I think it's wonderful. I think it's a great thing because Carlton deserves it. Carlton does deserve it. And I believe Mike Todd and Transformation Church needed to do this as a penitence offering. Let me explain why. When Carlton went into inclusion, that I like to call the revelation of the love of God, Mike Todd's family left and followed the McIntoshes. At the time, the name of the church was called something else, but it ended up being Transformation Church. And after building it, trying to get it to the next level, eventually Mike Todd, took over Transformation Church, and now it's this huge church in Tulsa. So being that they left him and joined with a group of people who raised question marks over his head, his ministry, his integrity, his walk with God, him being saved, I think they needed this opportunity to clear their conscience. Maybe they don't even look at it like that. I'm telling you what I think. But then after he passed, these other stipulations came with them covering all this stuff. Now, I do not know if they're saying, well, if you don't do this, then we ain't going to cover it. But I do know that they said, this is the way it's going to go. And they said, no progressive theology leader can say anything at the funeral. That's number one. No one can say the word inclusion at the funeral. And certainly not Bishop Yvette Flunder. Not only can she not eulogize him, because they were trying to have someone to do a eulogy, but she can't stand and give words at the funeral. Well, I didn't know any of this stuff, but later on it got to me. And I was feeling a certain kind of way because I'm like, wait, either you come in and fund Carlton Pearson's last will and testament and take care of his family, or you don't. But by this time, it's already done and Carlton's gone. So I'm sitting there like, what in the world? How? And me and others, I'm not going to put them in this, are discussing it. And we're just like, I can't believe this is happening. So, but I'm just going on with my life. And I think after I've done one of the lives, it just hit my heart. And I went back to the video and I dissected the video I just played for you. And it's as if Carlton was obligating those of us in that room to make sure that his vision for his funeral is carried out. And just to let y'all know about this, I and Bishop Jordan was not even supposed to be there. Carlton called and made us come. But let me tell you why. I said, well, you're his friend, why not come? You know, when death happens, grief comes and visits a family. When it visits you, any unresolved issue, unfinished business that sits in you, any trauma, grief brings it up. So there was a lot going on, and we just didn't want to get involved. But Carlton said, y'all get here now. His exact wording was ASAP. He said, I need to talk to you, and there's some stuff I need to say on camera. This is Carlton now. That I need to say on camera, Larry, and I only want to do it with you. You'll see him say that in the live when I play the interview. And had that not happened, the 6+ figures that I'm having to utilize in order to do this, I will be keeping in my pocket and ministry because it's Christmas. It's Christmas. And payroll due at that time when we're having this celebration on the 18th. You know, so, but it's like he knew that there will be an issue with celebrating him between the two bodies of people that loved him. And from his bed of transition, he created a plan. And now we're carrying it out. So when Bishop Flunder found out about this, she was devastated for several different reasons. This is her friend. This is someone her heart is in love with. My heart is in love with Carlton. I said that last live and I got some emails. I don't care what the hell y'all think. We was not frickin'. And Carlton liked women. In fact, he was madly in love with Gina, and she left and divorced him. And we were like, man, let it go. She gone. And he's still in love with her, not moving on. Here, Bishop Flunder is hearing this and going through the grief of the loss of someone her heart is knitted to, and then all of this comes up. What to do? At the same time, I'm getting a call in my heart to put on the event. If I hadn't put on the event, she wouldn't have anywhere. And a whole community, several different communities, faith leaders, wouldn't have anywhere to go and celebrate Carlton Pearson the way he wanted it to be done and say beautiful words about him. But really because of Carlton Pearson being so wise in the way that he articulated what he wanted and who he was talking to in the room, all of us who loved him, it really put everything in place. So we're now on December the 18th here in Atlanta. We're going to be celebrating him. The Black Hollywood itself, executives, actors, artists, gospel and secular are coming together in Atlanta to celebrate him.